It's Vaughan at Westcote Bell Pottery in La Have, Nova Scotia. westcotebellpottery.ca. Hi, it's Vaughan. Just wanted to let everybody know that I'm teaching a workshop in Newfoundland and Labrador and St. John's, Newfoundland on 24, 25 and 26th of November, only 2 or 3 weeks away. There's 2 spots still available. It's $420 for the 3 days. The Friday night we'll be making things, throwing on the wheel, some hand building, and then the Saturday we'll be decorating slips, underglazes, and a bunch of textural type things as well. I'll probably make some fish too, and the Sunday we'll be finishing things up. But St. John's, Newfoundland is apparently a really fun place to be. I've never been there myself, but I've heard lots of great things. But so maybe you can join me. Have a safe trip. The blue is much more subdued, which has its nice qualities, but there you go. That's the chattering with that new foot tool that I just showed a video about. So that's a nice ring at the bottom there, and I did wipe the foot off. I'll have to just use emery paper to knock off the backwash there. But look at the fluting. That is Bill Wright's tools, which is www.artisanpotterytools.com. And that's the chattering that I did in the video too about the foot tools. Very nice ball. This is the Chun Green, which I dipped a little longer so it's a bit darker, because I wanted to make sure that there weren't too many washed out looking areas. Wow. Yeah, no way. I think what a great glaze for the chattering tools. That really shows up well. And there's that other foot ring from the tool. Look at how dark and light and then dark it goes there. That foot tool is a great tool. And these are the balls from that How to Make Your Pots Better video I just did with balls. But look at that. And that's oatmeal and apple green over the top of the Chun Green there. Very nice. So far I'm happy. There's a lot of fish in this kiln too. There's the bright blue again. Well, that looks like there was a couple of crawling areas there. And there, I don't think it's too bad though. I don't think I'll refire this one. Look at the foot ring. Really did a good job there. But this is variegated blue and oatmeal over the top of the bright blue. And this goes blue when it's thick, and it goes a sort of greeny turquoise when it's a bit thinner. So that was interesting. And I just mixed up a new batch of blue, so it's a bit too thick by the look of it, because it does crawl a little bit if you get it too thick. And the inside is that bright blue again, fading to turquoise. So it has a nice variation to it. And then I had the oatmeal and the variegated blue just touching on the rim. Blue, green, copper, red with a bit of apple green on the top. And this one hides the chattering a little bit because it's got tin in the glaze, so it opacifies the glaze. But there's that foot ring again. I figured that's what would happen, going light, dark, and then dark on the very bottom too, because you've got a double light and a double dark. So it's a very nice foot ring tool. Somebody wanted some super small soup bowls. They said my bowls make them feel very stingy when they serve soup because my bowls are big. And so they have to fill the bowl to make it look like a nice portion. But if they give a real portion, a small portion, the bowl looks half empty. So she commissioned me to make some small, tiny soup bowls. So that was you have to listen to your customers and figure out, what they really like and see whether you can do it. But that was a nice Tenmoku Gold, variegated blue and oatmeal. It was a good suggestion, I think, because, we make things and we want to make sure that people want to buy them. This Tenmoku Gold didn't have any of the yellow flecks in because the kiln cut out on the cooling cycle and stopped I always do a slow cooling, but it gave me an E4 message at the end of the firing say that it was not going at the 50 degrees above or below whatever it was, and so it cut the kiln off on the cooling cycle. So I just have a natural cool on this. So the Tenmoku Gold is lacking its gold flecks. It needs to have a slow cool. Here's one of those trays. I did some frames just. These are just kiln fillers basically. Got a little backwash to sand off, but that's a very nice coloring for the tray, and that really shows the texture up. Let's give you a look in the full screen. It's like a lizard scale. Now, it'll be interesting with the fish, since I like to slow cool also when you've got sculpture type pieces, because of the tendency for when you've got things coming in and out, you can get cracks in your pieces, especially frames. But this fish was one of the bigger ones in here, and it worked just fine. So you've got chun green, matte turquoise, and Tenmoku Gold with a little mouse grey on the actual face there. Nice fish. I think we'd have some more bowls next to this, I guess. That shelf was a little hot, and here we have the center of the kiln a bit more, where it's cooling a little slower by the feel because these are a little bit hotter than the top there. And I do have some of the flecks in the Tenmoku Gold here, but look how vibrant that blue is there. So once again, Tenmoku Gold, variegated blue, and oatmeal. This is a commission too. She wanted 8 of each of these, I think. So there's another one of the same. The texture shows up a little bit with the Tenmoku Gold here, but that tends to cover it up too. It was on quite thick actually. Same again. Oh, that one I'm gonna have to sand off a little bit. It started to run a bit. Let's put that one aside. I can grind that one. I was going to say, this glaze looks really thick, but it didn't run on most of them, just that one little bit. But they are nice balls. This is another set of plates I'm doing for somebody as well, with bright blue, Tenmoku Gold, and oatmeal. They've ordered a whole bunch of these too. I think they wanted 8 of those too. And this is another dinner set. This is going with the no, I didn't take any. There should be a bunch of these too, because these were a commission as well. But that's the matte turquoise, and it really went matte. Feels good, but it's very matte. I think when you don't stir the bucket up, you get that happening. But nice little bowl. This is just for my own inventory. Apple green and chun green. Probably did a little bit of oatmeal on the top, and I did oatmeal on the inside. It's a beautiful oatmeal on the inside too. Nice shine on that. I raised the firing temperature touch by 6 degrees, that's all. Okay, we've got another pile of these plates. These is all on order. This is an order. So I have an order for large plates, 10.5 inches, and these are little 7.5, 8-inch plates. All bright blue Tenmoku Gold and oatmeal. Consistent. Making a set, and yet each piece is kind of individual. And these are just the trays from the same glazes. Another one there. These are just kiln fillers. And before we get to all the fish, it's a couple more of these. I think there's 8 of these altogether as well. Okay, the fish are all from the Making Fish in a Hurricane video. So this is, I didn't videotape glazing them because I've done that before, but these are all those fish. And firing them in the electric kiln, I'm always expecting some cracking, but we'll see how we go. But that's very pretty. Texture's showing through really well. Yeah, Christmas is coming, so somebody ordered some small ones. That's a color combination I don't usually do. It's a fish with lots of baby fish swimming next to it. So yeah, the texture is really good on these. The normal glazes that I use are the, and I have posted recipes of all these glazes in my videos. So these were all going to be priced. My goal was to make a bunch of them in around $45 range. And possibly, let's say, $39 if I find one that didn't spend a lot of time on. But by the time I glazed a lot of these and hand painted the glaze on, all of them took quite a while to make. So I kind of feel like 45 is the price range that these will be starting at. But I was making 3 an hour, so by the time you take your expenses off, studio expenses plus utilities, all the building, everything they want, and then you take your taxes off, you're only going to end up at about $30 an hour for your salary, you know, which isn't nothing, but it's hard to run a business if you're only earning $30 an hour. So a lot of other things I make much faster than this. But this one was a simple one. No wings on it. Fins, not wings. So this was a very quick one to make. So that's going to be the bottom line one, I think. But these are quite nice. Are the holes all good? Yep, the holes all look like they're good. That one is very... oh, actually, I'm not sure what that is. I think it's mouse grey and apple green over the top, with then variegated blue and oatmeal on the fins. Smiley face. People ask me for the smiley faces. Purple and variegated blue and oatmeal, I think, with an apple green face. See, this one's got the little thing, so that makes it, raises the price because I had to do that. This was a pretty quick one to make, but it takes up a lot of space on the kiln shelf. And that's matte turquoise and variegated blue with purple lips. Very simple on that one. Okay, looks like I used a lot of my copper bronze glaze on this level, but look how nice it is. So there you go. I think price-wise, looking at how much work and everything, I'm probably going to put that one at $39. And because this one has the additional fin put on there, I'm going to probably put this one around $45, $47. It's a little bigger. I know it's, is it big? Yeah, it's just a touch bigger. And these are basically perfect for people to do Christmas presents. So I'll probably end up having to make a bunch more of these, but it worked really good. This one's really nice. Oh, and this one's probably going to be $69. And this one, maybe $75. Okay, another one of the copper bronze, matte turquoise. Apple green, matte turquoise, and I think that's the mouse gray or variegated blue. Well, here you go. I painted some dots on this one, but they've kind of faded out a little bit. You go, this one will be another one around the $45 mark. And here's another one that will be like $39. So if somebody could build up a school of 6 to 7 fish around a big fish, it would be quite a nice little display. And this will be a $45 one because of the extra fin. And there's a nice colored one. And because this is a lot bigger, and I love the Temnaku gold in that one, did really nice. This is a lot bigger, but it was quick to make, so I'll probably put this one at like $47, $49. And this is another one that I think will be like $69 or $75, so in that range. That one had a lot of additional things on him. Simple, but a bit bigger, so this one will probably be $45. I also painted some stripes on this one going down. We can see those in the picture. That one, the face is not smiling, kind of a blank expression. And I have some stripes on there, but they've kind of faded out a little bit. Ooh, that's really nice. I wonder what I did there. Mouse gray and maybe some oatmeal over it. So that'll probably end up being $45 as well. $39, $45 in that region, I guess. And this one has a double fin, which I did in the center there. So this one will be around the $59, maybe $65. So I have to figure out if I made a living when I price all these, add it all up, consider the day I spent making them and the day I spent glazing them. Because I probably did other things in that day when I was glazing them. But anyway, it was a long day making them. And then, so you really got 2 days work in these. We'll see what it adds up like. Okay, I've sorted all the fish out into price ranges. So most of them are in the 45 to 47 range, but I have a few at 55, and then a few at 65, and 4 at 69. So I was trying to keep them lower price so they fit the Christmas range and still work within that budget so I can actually make a profit while I'm making little ones. Let's see what it adds up to now. Okay, doing some quick math now. I've added all the individual columns up here to actually finally get a total in 2 days of work, $1,615. Divide by 2 for your expenses. Now that's a guesstimate because I don't know what your expenses are. I just know approximately what mine are, around half. And then basically you're left with 404. Then you pay your taxes on the money, and tax rates here are around 35% of your income paid in taxes. So I was left with $300 just under per day. So I figured that's not too bad as a salary. Having done this for 50 years and considering myself, pretty good at doing what I do, I guess 300 isn't making a huge amount of money, but we do this for the fact that we can do what we like to do and we're having fun. But it's important to make some money to keep yourself alive. So I hope this helped, and see whether you can compare. 2 days, it was 32 fish, and it took 2 days to complete the entire lot of them.